everyone, welcome back to Xylem, welcome back to the world of English. My name is Nasser Faruddin, Faculty of English, and I will be helping you cover the entire syllabus for your upcoming English examination. Actually, I have already covered all the pros from our core textbook in the last videos, so if you haven't watched that, please do check the video section and consider subscribing the channel for the upcoming videos. And now from this video onwards, we are starting the poems. Okay, and the first poem we are discussing is My Mother at 66. It's a beautiful poem. It's a thought-provoking poem. It's a very serious poem. My Mother at 66 by Kamala Das. Okay, let's read and understand about Kamala Das, the author, the poet. Kamala Das, born in 1934 and passed away in 2009, was born in Malabar, Kerala. She is one of the most important poets of India. Her writings are known for their originality, variety, and strong local flavor. She wrote many novels and short stories in English as well as in Malayalam using the pen name Madhavi Kuti. Kamala Das was her original name and Madhavi Kuti was his pen name, along with 5 poetry collections. And Kamala Das was a sensitive writer, okay? Critics often say Kamala Das was a sensitive writer who beautifully expressed the deep and complex emotions found in human relationships. The poem My Mother at 66 is one such example. Let's read the poem in detail and we'll understand about it later, okay? This is how the poem begins. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. So this poem doesn't have a metrical pattern or a proper rhyme scheme for that matter. Okay, it's a free verse and it's a descriptive poem, I would say. And the poem begins like this. Okay, you can easily understand this. Driving from my parents' homes to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. It's that simple. The poet is traveling by car from her parents' house to Cochin on a Friday morning. Her mother is sitting next to her in the car. Okay, you can just imagine this scenario. And while driving, the poet looks at her mother very closely because her mother is physically present beside her. And these lines set the scene and show that the poet is physically close to her mother, which leads to her emotional thoughts later in the poem. And let's continue the poem. Doze. Doze means sleeping lightly. Open mouthed. Her face ashen like that of a corpse. The face of her mother looked like a dead body of a corpse, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away. And we'll continue. The poet notices that her mother is dozing. Dozing means sleeping lightly with her mouth open. Her face looks pale. Ashen means pale and lifeless, similar to a dead body, similar to a corpse or a dead body. This makes the poet suddenly realize with deep pain that her mother is truly old. Her mother is truly old. The thought of her mother's aging and possible death hurts her, haunts her. So she quickly pushes this thought out of her mind and tries not to think about it. And what did she do, in order to deviate her thoughts? Looked out at young trees sprinting. When the car is moving forward, the tree seems to be sprinting backwards. The merry children spilling out of the homes, but after the airport security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, wan, pale. To distract herself from the painful thought of her mother's old age, the poet looks outside the car. She sees young trees rushing past and happy children running out of their homes. These images show energy, youth and life, while strongly it contrasts with mother's weakness. Later at the airport, after the security check, the poet stands a short distance away and looks at her mother again. Her mother appears weak, pale and tired, reminding the poet once more of her aging and the weakness of her frailty. And as a late winter's moon and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear, but I said was, "See you soon, Amma." All I did was smile and smile and smile. Listen. The poet compares a mother's pale face to a late winter moon which looks dull and weak. A late winter moon will look dull and weak. Seeing a mother like this bring back an old and familiar pain, the fear she had as a child of losing a mother. Even though she feels sad and scared inside, she does not show it outside. She simply tells her mother, "See you soon, Amma," and keeps smiling again and again to hide her true feelings and to, you know, reassure her mother. It's a it's a beautiful poem. It's a thought-provoking poem. Okay, that's all it is. And we're discussing the next poem, which is "Keeping Quiet," written by the popular Chilean poet Pablo Neruda. I'm sorry. Pablo Neruda, born in 1904 and passed away in 1973, is the pen name of Neftali Ricardo Reis Basalto, who was born in the town of Peral in Chile. It is his real name, it's such a long name. Neruda's poems are full of easily understood images, which makes them no less beautiful. Okay, it's beautiful, but at the same time, very simple images that can be easily understood. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1971. In this poem, Neruda talks about the necessity of quiet introspection. Introspection, thinking inwardly, and creating a feeling of mutual understanding among human beings. It's a beautiful poem. I would say it's a beautiful, beautiful poem. Let's read. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. Read it again. Now we will all count to 12 and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, for once at least for once on the face of the earth, let us not speak in any language. Let's be silent. Let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. And it would be an exotic moment. It would be a strange moment. Without rush, without engines, we would all be together in a sudden strangeness. This is how the poem begins. The poet asks us to count to 12 and stay still for a while, for a short time. He wants us to pause and not speak in any language for a moment. We should stop moving our arms and stop all activity for a short time. If we do this, it would be a special and unusual moment without any hurry or noise from machines. In that quiet, everyone would feel together in a peaceful and strange way. It's a strange idea. Maybe we'll never understand this. Okay? And fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Those who prepare green wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. The poet says that if we stop and stay quiet, even fishermen in the cold sea would not hurt whales. The man who collects salt would notice his injured hands and feel more careful. People who make wars using gas and fire and celebrate victories even when everyone is harmed would instead wear clean clothes and walk peacefully with others, resting in the shades and doing nothing. And what I want should not be confused. He's clarifying his thoughts with total inactivity. No, what I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. If we were not so single minded about keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt the sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. It's a bit complicated, I'll explain. The poet clarifies that he does not mean total inactivity. He wants us to pause, but life should continue. He's not asking us to seek death. He's not asking us to seek death. If we stop being so busy and always focused on moving forward and for a short time do nothing, then a great silence might come. This silence could help us understand ourselves better and stop us from hurting or threatening ourselves. Okay? Yes, and that is the end of the poem. This is the last part. Perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now I'll count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. The poet says that earth can teach us a lesson, like when everything seems dead but later shows life again. He ends by asking us to count slowly to 12, stay quiet for a moment, and then he will leave, living to reflect in silence, living to introspect in silence. And that's the poem, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have understood. And please do check the description box because I have prepared a chapter test, an MCQ test based on the 2 poems we have learned in this video. And do scan the QR code to avail your free handwritten notes. It's completely free. And thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.